Well, we always had the stags, the afternoon stags. There were no women, though, there at that time. There was no such thing as seeing a woman in there.
I want to welcome you to another Friars Festival of Filth and Fornication.
Milton is always marvelous at a roast. He's brilliant. He was the daddy.
He would do like 40 minutes to begin with and cover every subject and use up every four-letter word. So really, you really had to be clean after that. There was nothing left to say. He covered every graphic, oral opening in the body, every orifice, everything.
Milton Berle's great. Just never give him a sandwich with the crust of the bread on, or he'll throw it at you. You don't like the crust.
We all know about Uncle Milty's legendary penis size. This is a guy who put the word cock in Al the Cocker.
Yeah, that's become more or less traditional. That's always seems to be included in every roast where Milton is visible.
Milton Berle's penis has become more popular than the rest of him.
I'm not saying this thing is big, but it has a beeper. Folks, I'm standing on it.
In order to get some humor and some fun, you got to use language and you got to be naughty.
I thought we should get just a few other things out of the way before we start. Okay. Shit, piss, cum. Ass, asshole, asswipe, butt fuck, gerbil.
If language is not a barrier, it opens up a lot of comedy areas.
Cock. Cocksucker. Prick, dick, putz, schmuck, jerk off, whack off, beat off, fart.
It's not something that you can see on television. It's not something you can see at a nightclub. It's not something that you can see at any banquet or private affair other than the Friars Stag Roast.
Fuck. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck your mother, fuck your sister, fuck a nun, fuck a cow, fuck a sheep, blow the Pope.
A roast gave us a chance, gave the comedians a chance to be funny without any barriers. Because I came from an era where backstage used to have signs that says in the theater, if you say damn or hell, you're canceled.
Well, I think that about covers it, and I'm sorry, Mayor Dinkins, if I've forced you to rethink your speech.
The first one I ever attended was a luncheon, and it was honoring George Burns, and Jack Benny was the MC. So it was quite a shock. I mean, to walk in and hear Jack Benny on a microphone using very unfamiliar language for Mr. Benny to be using, but with that style.
After all the dirty stuff, by the time I got on, all the friars were playing with themselves. Next banquet, they had shorter tablecloths.
What can I say about Gary? Gary Shandling is a good friend, a wonderful comedian, and the only man I know who fakes orgasm during masturbation.
First of all, actually what I like to do after I masturbate is get up in front of a crowd and tell some jokes. So this is going to work out perfectly. This is, as far as I'm concerned, an afternoon for me.
Your attention, our guest of honor, Humphrey Bogart.
I was the MC of that roast. And I was honored and very excited.
This is Lauren Bacall. Yes, Mrs. Bogart, the uninvited guest. You rat bastards.
She sent in a tape, and I remember she was the hit of the whole thing. Because she talked naughty, you know? And she said a couple of naughty things that broke everybody up.
I said, Bogey, why can't I go? He said, baby, it's gonna be a little rough. You know how men act at a stag. So that's why women aren't allowed. See? Well, I was furious. In fact, I was goddamn mad. What the hell can the friars say that you haven't called me?
Arnold said, what should I do at the end? I said, well, I wouldn't do much if I was you, because most of the veteran comedians who get up after you roast them and try to be funny, it doesn't work because too much went on before them. But this guy fooled us.
Now, the language we heard the other night was supposedly very dirty. Well, let me tell you something. It didn't embarrass me at all. Because I heard worse language in Hannesport when they found out I'm a Republican.
I didn't come here to get laughs. Anybody get laughs. That's easy. I came here to be honest. I want a fucking job, Billy. I want a fucking job.
He opened the fucking door for us comedy. He opened shit. And when this is over, I don't want to talk to you no fucking more. You hear that? What are you writing down? Don't write nothing down, you rat bastard. Don't write nothing down. Get your own fucking writer. Sucker. I ain't got to write. He's writing my shit down to do on this cocksucker's roast.
Next up is Buddy Hackett. Now, Buddy actually was a babysitter for me when I was just born. He was on the road with my dad in Call Me Mister, and he took care of me. So all of my neuroses we can attribute it to Buddy. He probably dropped me a couple of times.
And I was not your babysitter. Actually, your father and I shared a dressing room, and your mother and him were fucking one afternoon in the dressing room. And if I hadn't stepped on your father's ass, you wouldn't be here today.
Some of the greatest wit that you've ever heard, you know, that was X-rated, were done at the Friars Roast.
You're dealing with, by and large, the best comedy minds in the world, the best comedians. So the language isn't gratuitous. It's not dirty just to be dirty. It's brilliant.
You acted surprised when Meg rolled her eyes. Pretending to come, you were struck dumb. You thought it was lies. But Janice has been doing the same. She moans and groans, but she never came. At least not with you. You're such a bad screw, you impotent Jew.